Right now, XRP is worth $2.13, but that will all change in just 6 days. June 27 is a big day for XRP. Its price could go from $2.13 to over $11.8980 because over $650 trillion, 0 cents will be added to the XRP ledger, making it the fast dollar for deals. On June 27th at exactly 11:59 p.m. ES, one of the biggest burns will happen on the XRP ledger, which will cause a supply shock for XRP because of the huge burn and the huge influx of money, which will be over $654 trillion, dollar cents. There's a bigger picture behind these two specific things we're going to talk about in this movie. The first is the price of XRP. The second is how much XRP you should have by June 27th at 11:59 p.m., which is the exact time this event will happen. Arthur Brito, co-founder of XRP and Ripple, saw this coming. He imagined XRP being used on a global scale, which means that over 650 trillion could be affected by that huge supply shock and that huge burn. He also thought that XRP would be more than 10,000 Bitcoins per XRP in these situations. I say more than one because I'm going to show you a number of institutions, including the managing director of after it is regulated and named the world's bridge currency, Capital thinks that XRP could be worth between $10,000, 0 cents, and $35,000, 0 cents. Right now, we can see that everything is happening. Central bank digital currencies are launching on the XRP ledger, and the global central bank has said they want to use XRP to move payments between borders. The U.S. central bank is one of the newest. They want to use XRP to make it easier to pay off all of the U.S.'s debt around the world. They are also beginning a crypto strategic reserve that will be mostly made up of American cryptocurrencies, like XRP, since it is the biggest ever made in the United States. We'll talk about this again on June 27, when a lot of things will happen. We talked about 650 trillion and the biggest burn. As you may already know, all of this is possible thanks to a huge organization that announced a few weeks ago that it would launch on the XRP ledger and then plan to tokenize and trade over 654 trillion, 390 billion, zero, on the XRP ledger using their own token, the real token. We can say that this is a huge step forward in every way. The XRP ledger will handle $650 trillion, 0 cents, zero, through the real token. And they've said that something big will happen on June 27th. This is the real token that will be burned, and it will make up to 80% of all of the phase one stock will be used to send more than 650 trillion Bitcoin. This means that there will be a supply shock for the XRP currency on that date, since trillions of dollars will be added to the record and a huge amount will be burned. 80% of the real token stock is about to be burned at the same time that the real token was going to buy $653, 0 cents, and give it to the receiver, because there weren't many of them. As a result, the price of the real token will skyrocket because so many people want to buy for a real coin that costs 2 cents, it could reach tens of thousands or even millions of dollars. We need to do some simple math about Grok ChatGPT. The first part of the real token supply has 100 million tokens. The market cap has grown by $654,394,111, 0 cents, which is $65 million, 0 cents per real token. The XRP ledger keeps track of all of this, and I'll soon talk about how this will directly affect the price of XRP. For now, let's say that only 2% of the $65,439, 0 cents trillion won is added to the market cap. Check out the price if it's only 2%. If things keep going that way, each real ticket will cost $130,000, 0 cents. That's why I'm getting ready to leave. Guys, I have to be honest and say that I'm going to buy this. As the date of the massive burn draws closer, the price of XRP will skyrocket, but the price of the real token will skyrocket even more. I mean, the price of the real token is going to skyrocket in the next couple of days, and it's going to get crazier and higher as we get closer to June 27th. The crazy thing is that the RealFi ecosystem and the RealFi team, who are native to the real tokens, have announced that the phase 1 burn schedule for June 27th, exact time, 59 EST. This event could cause a supply shock for both real tokens and XRP, but why is that? Well, to buy real tokens and use them to make transactions, you have to buy XRP. This means that a real currency worth $650 trillion, 0 cents will be created, and everything will have to go through XRP. This will make XRP very popular. A huge amount of people will want it. There will also be a big burn of XRP because of real burning. This is because every time you use the XRP record to make a transaction, even a burn transaction, you are burning XRP in gas fees. This means that real token is about to go through a massive burn, because if they do a huge burn, they will have to pay huge gas fees, which will again lower the supply of XRP. Either way, real token and XRP will both skyrocket. Real token will reach 100,000, 0 cents, and XRP may reach $11, 0 cents, 89.80. All of this is going to happen from the price of two guys. It seems crazy, but Bitcoin used to be worth less than a penny and is now worth over 130,000 times that. There are a lot more coins in circulation than real tokens in phase 1, so we can see those amounts. If you think $130,000, 0 cents is crazy, think again. That's especially true for a utility-based project that's tokenizing $650 trillion, 0 cents, which makes $650 trillion, 0 cents doable, and building on the recipient letter, the most cost-effective way to do it. And this group has met with Ripple to work on a project that is based on utility and has a lot of potential, even for support. Take a look. There are very strong levels of support and very low levels of resistance. This thing will not only make you rich for life, but it will also help others do the same. If $1,000, 0 cents turns into millions of dollars, just think of how much the price will go through the roof because of $2, 0 cents, $3, 0 cents, or $4,000, 0 cents. It's still very early, guys. If you'd look at these resistance levels, you'd need about $50,000, 0 cents, to send the real tokens price from 2 cents to tens of dollars. This is where we are now and what could happen. Imagine all the money that will flow into the real tickets, $650 trillion, 0 cents. When you see it, it's not shocking. It's crazy, but not as crazy as that. Right now, we're seeing millions of dollars per X, per real coin all the time.